say I'm gonna put everything on Louis because everybody has played their part. But baby, I'm putting the bulk of it on Louis. I'm putting by 87.99999% on Louis. I am. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be recapping episode 6 of the final season of Snowfall. Now, let's get right into this because this episode, y'all, last episode was crazy. This episode, it was crazy, but man, it was a freaking gut punch. So at the top of the episode, let's start with V. Child, look, y'all know after Franklin dropped that old man last episode, and V and her mama was sitting there looking shook. V was crying. So this episode, we see V and them, at the little strip to get on the airplane, and Franklin walks off, and while he's away, V mama is like, bitch, we need to get out of here. She like, girl, do you not see your man is unhinged? He is over the deep end. Y'all know the third act of Scarface when he was losing his mind. Child, that's what Franklin is at, okay? Like, Franklin is on his, Scarface dramatic down tailspin, okay? This ain't I'm thinking of Franklin when he had the little backpack, was getting jumped outside that club, when he went to prison and got beat the hell down. No, this is Scarface Saint. But y'all, I could not believe V. I'm sitting here girl, are you crazy? You're pregnant. I would kind of think that would trump any and everything. Now, this whole time, I have been feeling like I don't trust V mama, right? And when her mom was like, I got passports for us, and V hit her with the, how long you done had these passports? This is what you wanted the whole time. I don't doubt this might be what she wanted the whole time, but it don't make her wrong. Girl, you need to get the heck up out of Dodge City. You need to get gone fast right now. So her mom is trying to tell her, you can't see. Look, I came in here with a backup plan when you told me what you was in bed with and what was going on, what was going down, the whole situation. And she's trying to tell her, look, just tell, spend some tell for Franklin that, you just want to go, make sure the baby's safe, and then y'all meet back up. But we don't meet back up. Me and you take our fake passports and we hit the road, Jack. And when I tell y'all, Franklin come over, he yo, what's going on? He's in there he kind of got a feel for what's going on. And that's when her mom hit him with, what the story she was going to give and what she was going to give. And Franklin is like, V, that's what you want to do? And it's something by his demeanor, baby. I ain't like it. If I'm the mama. And V, boy, when I tell you, she talking about something, that ain't what she want. And just sold her mama down the river. And I'm sitting here girl, when her mom was talking so V was pretty much she not going back to that life with her mama, and she not subjecting her child to that life. And V's mom is but you'll subject your child to death or prison, life with a monster. And I'm just sitting here Mom, I know I ain't been, seeing eye to eye with you, but we here now. So V talking about he's not a monster to me, and he hasn't lied to her, and he's fighting for the life she wants, and he leave her in a jail cell. And I'm girl, you got to stop beating a dead horse. If you don't let that jail cell ish go, because you need to go with your mama. She left in a jail cell. She leave for dead. Jail ain't dead. Jail ain't murder. You turned out okay. You ended up just fine after she left you in that jail cell. Stop harping on that, because you need to be listening to your mama right now. And in the end, I really feel V gonna regret not listening to her mama. She gonna regret it, because everything in bed with Franklin is all going to crash and burn. We already know that. I've already said that. We ain't gonna have no happy ending. Everybody gotta reap what they've sown, and it ain't gonna be good. So Franklin ends up going to do a drop with Leon right now. before he gets to do this drop, he was telling Sissy, Leon, and them can't go to the shelter, and different stuff because Teddy gonna be on a rampage. And baby, Sissy halfway ain't even motherfucking listening. Sissy want her come up here. Sissy ready to die. Like, we already had that conversation last episode when Franklin went to see her at the shelter and she didn't want to get out of town. So she's staying in the projects, and Leon is like, look, we'll make sure she okay. And speaking of the projects, Leon got his black delegates. He coming up with the hood court of law. We got, he got his little council going on in the projects. So when he said make money the right way, even though we, selling drugs, I guess is what he meant. So before Franklin can go do the drop with Leon, remember when Kane was like, you got to figure out how to get me to your aunt and uncle, he ends up giving Kane the stables where Louis goes horseback riding. And of course, we end up seeing, after last time when Jerome hit Louis with the I'm out and he dipped out and Louis is worried, she trying to, look for him. All of a sudden he gets back completely drunk, so drunk he crashes the car. Like, that's how he don't park, he just crashed. And he comes in really drunk and he pretty much tells Louis he done. He getting on a flight to Jamaica. And let me tell you, child, you don't even have to be as deep into movies and TV as me. Anybody who is familiar with movies and TV in any shape, way, or form, you know that the second somebody is talking about getting out the game, getting out of town, retiring if you a cop or something like that, that is when you die. You never make it to get out of town. People always, anytime you watch stuff like this and people be like, I'm getting out, I'm going out of town, I'm getting the tickets, I'm getting on the plane, I'm getting on the train, I'm getting on the boat, I'm retiring, this is my last case. You seal your fate with that. The second, we already been, seeing the writing on the wall when it comes to Jerome, but the second he said he was going to Jamaica, I said, yeah, he finna die. He finna die. Like, the second he said that, it was obvious. So I'm still extremely frustrated with what they have done with Louis' character. It's really irking me so freaking bad, y'all. Like, I'm really putting, I'm not going to say I'm going to put everything on Louis because everybody has played their part. But baby, I'm putting the bulk of it on Louis. I'm putting by 87.99999% on Louis. I am. So Jerome is telling her, because she's like, you just trying to start a fight with me. Like, what am I supposed to say to this? And he's like, you could say you leaving too. You could say, because you love me, you're going to get out of this because I stayed in this for you. Y'all, we already knew Louis' ambitions has been the downfall and the catalyst for all of this, right? And I was already questioning why she would ever, go behind Franklin to Teddy. Why would she ever want to go directly to the Connect? Why would you want to get in bed with snake ass Teddy? Why would you want to get in bed with the CIA? Especially when she found out, seasons ago that Franklin was in bed with the CIA, everybody was shook. But now you want to get in bed with him. Like, we already knew all this stuff, right? But now Louis goes to give a justification for all of this, right? And y'all, when I tell you, I was sitting there looking at her like the way my mama used to look at me when she would come home from work and I ain't did all the chores I was supposed to do and I just have some dumb reason and your parent looking at you like, my child is really dumb. Y'all, so Louis comes with this whole justification for why she has done all of this, right? Y'all, why Louis' whole thing is, I know it's why couldn't I just be happy with what we had? Because we had money, right? Which they had a ton of money before she went behind Franklin. Was why I never even understood it. She's like, we had respect, etc., etc. But she talking about she the one running things, but everybody, all their customers just look to Jerome. All the customers just disregard her because she a woman. They just look at her long enough to wink, lick their lips, etc., etc. And when Jerome hit her with the, is that worth dying for? She gonna say yes, and she gonna call it self-worth. She gonna say self-worth is worth dying for. Y'all, this pisses me off so bad. And I'm really annoyed with how they making this woman look. Like, I'm so annoyed. First of all, self-worth does not equate to how other people look at you. I wouldn't give a good goddamn how anybody looking at me when I know I'm running the ish, when I know I got more than they got, when I know the position that I'm in a position, I wouldn't give a, like, who cares? Like, that irked me so bad. Like, if I got money, I don't need the fame. Like, I could give a ish. I'll live in anonymity when I got the money and the lifestyle and all the stuff that I want. So she pretty much want the fame. And to call it self-worth was really irking me. So you mean to tell me that what these grimy ass, low down, snake, rapist ass niggas think of you is your self-worth? Not what your husband think, not what the man you love and respect thinks, not what your inner circle thinks, which for me, inner circle ain't even self-worth, but she equating it to the criminal she doing, not the, y'all. Then when he says to her, is it worth dying for? And she gonna say, yeah, I think it is. Y'all, I'm sitting here like, bitch, you crazy. Like, are you kidding me, Louis? Like, come on, man. I'm mad. I gave Louis too much credit in previous seasons. I thought Louis was smart. But what they have done with her character, she has just been making dumb moves. And when she go to tell Jerome that she hear him, that he want to get out, she talking about she just need time. Talking about, you know, Teddy. He told me, you think I'm scared of Teddy? She said, well, maybe I am. Hold on now, girl. So you mean to tell me you scared of Teddy, but you the one chose to get in bed deeper with him? Please make it make sense. Please make 1 + 1 = 2. Because with Louis, 1 + 1 is equaling like 17. Like it ain't equating. The math not math. Like, it don't make no sense. Now, y'all, am I just not smart, or did I miss something? Because I got confused when Louis called Jerome Saint. Because Jerome is Franklin's mom's brother. And typically you have your dad's last name. So you would have your dad's brother's last name. Why Jerome last name Saint? Wouldn't that be Sissy's maiden name? Or am I being dumb? Or did I forget something from a previous season? Because I know Alton was on the streets being a drunk, and him and Franklin ain't really have a relationship. But did Franklin change his last name or something when his daddy got on the street? Like, y'all, what am I missing? I feel like I'm being an idiot. Why does Franklin have his mom's brother's last name? Am I being an idiot? But anyway, now we got a little bit with Oso and Teddy. And you know what? I changed my mind a little bit about old girl that Teddy is in love with. Because I was saying I wanted something real terrible to happen to her just for comeuppance for Teddy. Because Teddy is really head over heels for this girl. So I wanted something terrible to happen to her just to hurt him. But you know what? When they was in there talking this episode, I don't want to happen to this lady. I changed my mind. I guess I ain't that cold-hearted. Because she don't have nothing to do with nothing. I don't want nothing to happen to this poor girl. Just because she done got in bed with this fool that I hate, I don't want nothing to happen to her. But something probably gonna happen to her. But maybe something that won't happen to her. But anyway, also ends up telling his girl everything that's going on. And we know that the DEA had made a deal with Oso trying to get Teddy. But now the DEA is mad at Oso. Now that, you know, Teddy is on to the KGB, being on to him, he done moved stuff, everything going haywire with the little raid that the DEA was trying to do. They mad at Oso. So also trying to figure out what his plan is going to be. If he going to make a deal with the KGB. Now he does end up making a deal with Franklin. Now remember, Franklin came to Oso because that would be his end to get Teddy, and Oso wasn't doing it. So now they have made a deal for $10 million for Teddy's location. But of course, Franklin can't get also the money until he get his money from Teddy. So for now, they have made a deal for $1 million plus passports that Franklin is going to pay for Oso and his girl, the kids, for the family. So Oso making his deal. Now, I said, and we ain't getting no happy endings. All around, it's just gonna be pouring one out for the homies. But if anybody can make it out, hopefully it'll be Oso. Mainly because I do love Oso, but mainly because I want to happen to that lady and her kids. So I'm gonna need them to not be like a Scully situation where like kids getting killed. I want that to happen. So if anybody can make it out, maybe Oso can make it out. Plus, I feel like we not gonna get no happy endings, and it's just finna be pouring one out for the homies because everybody basically that's connected to Franklin, I feel like they all finna crumble. But Oso ain't really, technically in bed, with Franklin, even though now he done made this little deal. So hopefully, if somebody can make it out, maybe it'll be Oso. Now, speaking of the KGB guy, I will say I was really into the whole who gonna get Teddy. Franklin, DEA, KGB, it was all them versus Teddy. But honestly, the KGB, DEA storyline for me is dragging. Even though we ain't got much of the DEA because they little plan got full, but we ain't really got like an end to that little side plot. But this KGB, DEA thing for me is being dragged out, and we need to get what we gonna get as far as that is concerned. Because I feel like we're getting a lot of little side menial stuff. Like when we saw the KGB guy with his boyfriend, Teddy finding little gay magazines. Like, where are we going? What are we doing? The surveillance we put on the KGB guy. We know last episode Teddy went to his apartment and the KGB guy noticed somebody had been in there because of the width of the closet, but like nothing is coming of that. Like, we're just seeing these things happening, but nothing is really panning out. So like, what are we doing with this? Where are we going with it? I don't know. Is it just me? I'm wearing thin with the whole DEA KGB storyline. Even though, like I said, we ain't really getting DEA. I don't know if we haven't completely ended that, but we got a little break on that storyline for now, but it's wearing thin for me. Like, y'all need to make a move. Something need to happen. We need to get somewhere, either wrap the story up or we need to like do something with it. Cause I don't know, it's wearing thin for me. It's dragging on. It's starting to be a lot of little feeling meaningless and pointless and just killing airtime for me personally. Now, Teddy goes to see the KGB guy. He just knocks on the damn door, child. And why the KGB guy ain't just kill him, I don't know. Now, I honestly can't really tell what this play is that Teddy is doing. My instinct is that Teddy is playing this guy and nothing he said was genuine. Teddy pretty much tries to make a deal with him like, I will kill you. It's no need to even go down this path. You don't agree with what I'm doing, but I'm sure it's people that don't agree with what you're doing. Why don't you just go, live your gay life? Like he trying to and it felt to me, I don't know, it felt the way Teddy was kind of talking to him, and I felt like maybe he was playing to that part of him, because remember when he found the magazines, they was talking about how they could use that. I don't know, but that's the vibes I was getting. I felt like Teddy was playing him, but on the other hand, Teddy is pretty broken down about what happened to his dad. When his boss came over there trying to talk to him about, even if it's a parent that you had, a contentious relationship with, you had some contempt for them. If they die, you still, might not be pretty. You still gonna be going through some ish. And Teddy pretty much he finna hit unhinged just like Franklin. So I don't know if he genuinely was talking to the KGB guy and was like, for real, like he tired, he don't want to do this ish, he don't want to kill him, just go so I don't have to kill you because of what he going through with his dad, or if he planned him. But I'm gonna he planned him for 500, Alice, because Teddy is a snake. He has proven that time and time again. Teddy be playing people, Teddy be gaming you. No moment that Teddy and Franklin ever had that I thought was authentic and genuine and real human connection. No, never was. He was just playing them the whole time. So Teddy's a snake. I don't know what's finna come of the KGB guy, because he feel like he really milking it over. Like, he act like he really thinking about running off with the Chippendales. Like, I don't know. He feel like he really thinking about the proposition that Teddy has proposed. But, yeah, it ain't working out. And then I was annoyed because Teddy calls his ex-wife to give her the heads up. He had cops on the way to take her and the child to the safe house. And this is what I was saying about, I would have grabbed the dad, the wife, ex-wife, and the child all at the same time, because now you're the element of surprise helped us. Now we don't have that. Now Teddy is going to be on the defense, and now they in a safe house and got protection. So how you gonna ever get to him? We need more leverage to be able to get our money back. We done killed his dad. Ain't no leverage there. That only show, to me, I'm going to take all three of them, because I'm going to kill your dad to show you that I'm serious. But since I got your wife and child, that's the leverage. I killed your dad, so you know I'm serious. You know I'm going to kill them too. But now I got them, so that's leverage. And if you still playing with me, I can kill the girl. And then all that's left is your child. So the fact that I don't see how he gonna be able to get to them, especially now we don't have V mama. The only reason we really got to the dad is because we have V's mom. The only reason we tracked the money down to the guy that took it was because V's mom. So I don't know. I just felt like, for me personally, I don't think that was the play. I don't think that was the move. But anyway, Franklin has to go do a deal with Leon, do a drop, but he ends up getting a call from Kane to talking about what he said. Something about going fishing. He caught some child, something like that. Kane was killing me this episode. That was a good character. So Franklin goes to where Kane is at, like this warehouse. We got a little security outside, and we go in to find that Kane has Louis. When I tell y'all, I really wasn't feeling no sympathy for Louis at first. I wasn't. He was beating her down. He kicked her so hard, she was freaking throwing up. Baby, you kick me like that, I'm just be dead. Like, it be tripping me out when I watch TV and stuff and people be getting like beat down. I'm just gonna die. Like, if you kick me like that, I'm dead. My uterus gonna just come pushing out of me. My intestines gonna come pushing out of me. Like, I'm gonna be done for. I'm literally you're gonna kick me one time, you ain't gonna get the information you're trying to get. I'm gonna die. So he sees that Kane has Louis, right? And Kane is talking about, he from the South and granddaddy had their cattle, and, they had the brand of cattle. And he takes this hot poker and he freaking brands and burns Louis like twice. Let me tell you, child. I don't do hot. I don't do heat. I don't do getting burned. I can't. Baby, while y'all over there burning a hot poker, I'm going to be singing like a canary. I'm going to tell you everything. Don't burn me. Especially, and this is what I didn't get. Kane was pretty much trying to get information. He wanted Buckley. And now I get Louis saying, what happens after I get the information? But for me, baby, I'm giving up Buckley. Because why would I don't care about him. My loyalty gonna be to Jerome. And he still gotta get Jerome. Like, he obviously gonna have to use you to get Jerome. So I wouldn't be thinking I'm giving the info about Buckley and he just gonna kill him. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. I ain't in the game. I ain't in the drug game. But baby, I'm gonna tell you where the heck crackhead Buckley is at. But anyway, Franklin ends up getting a moment along with Louis. And when I tell you, he had more sympathy for her than me, child. Oh, but hold on now, child, because I did start getting some sympathy. Because when she wouldn't give up nothing, Kane says, oh, he got some niggas fresh out of jail. He pretty much threatens her with, sexual assault, trigger warning. And let me tell you, child, I'm gonna tell you everything. Baby, I'm finna snitch on niggas you don't even know. The second he hit me with that threat, baby, I'm finna tell on that little nigga I saw stealing from the corner store in 1992. Like, I'm finna tell you everything. I'm finna tell you if you don't even wanna. I'm finna give you answers to questions you ain't asked me. Baby, tell him everything. I was sitting here like, Louis, girl, stop trying to sit here and act like a thug. Like, girl, when he hit her with that threat, I was saying like, Louis, girl, Louis, girl. And Franklin pretty much gives her that advice. Like, look, give him what he wants. Tell him about Buckley. Pray for a quick death because you don't want what these niggas is finna do to you. Now, y'all, baby, who writing this show? Because it gotta be a man. Why is they making Louis like this? Baby, when I tell you, even in this position, even with a threat that I would feel would be any woman's like worst. Like, I'd rather you torture me. Baby, put the hot poker in my eyeball. Don't call the jailhouse niggas. Chop my finger off. Don't call the jailhouse niggas. Like, baby, stab me in the knee. Like, just torture me. Slice off my ears. Like in Reservoir Dogs. Don't call the jailhouse niggas. Like, Louis, girl, y'all, even in this position, still got an attitude with Franklin. And she gonna hit him with the, I'm here because of you. Like, this because of you. When I tell you if I was Franklin, I'd be like, bitch, you here because of you. Literally, we all here because of you. And she even said to Jerome when he was talking about wanting to get out the game and going to Jamaica when they was having their conversation, she even starts to take some semblance of accountability that, how did I just pronounce the word? Accountability. I feel like I said that weird. She starts to take some semblance of accountability, and she pretty much is like, look, I knew Franklin wasn't going to be happy when I went, behind his back to the connect. But even in that, I was like, no, Louis, it's more than you knew he wouldn't be happy. Y'all the OGs in the game. Before Franklin, it's more than somebody ain't going to be happy. But then she was like, oh, how was I supposed to know Teddy would do what he did? Let me tell you, child. Do you know what my mama used to always tell me when I was a kid? We do not get to pick and choose the consequences to our actions. You knew there would be consequences. You don't get to pick those consequences. You knew you were going behind Franklin's back. Did he take that inch far? Did he put a gun to your head? Yes. But you cannot pick and choose somebody's reaction to your action, girl. Oh, I didn't know Teddy would do what he did. You can't pick and choose the consequences to the actions. You were the catalyst. Period. So for her to sit there, even in this motherfucking moment, and put all this ish on Franklin, I'm here because of you. When I tell you, I was like, Franklin, don't even give her no grace. Just get the fuck out of there, bro. Because I would have hit her with the bitch. Like, are you kidding me? Me and my uncle at war because of you. Cool ass uncle, man. I just really hate seeing Louis like this. I feel like when them earlier seasons, I was team Louis. I liked Louis. I was down for Louis. I thought she was smart. But she on my motherfucking nerves. And I hate the way they are writing her character. Like, it is really irking me. So Franklin ends up leaving. He get in the car. He supposed to be going to do the drop with Leon, but he's sitting there. He kind of tussling with himself, and it's kind of the same thing that I said the other episode when Buckley came to tell Jerome and Louis that Franklin just so happened to be at Kane's when it got shot up, and Louis was all like, "Oh, we could have got both of them," but the way Jerome was looking was like, it's like you at war with family and y'all doing all kind of ish, but you ain't really ready for nothing to really for real happen to them. So I feel like, yes, Franklin is the one who first of all told Kane, and that's the other thing when Louis is like, I'm here because of you. No, bitch. I made a deal with Kane, who had every right to try to get the get back on us because we killed his brother. Even though I made the deal, you went behind my back to have him killed because of what? Your pride? Because it wasn't because you got hurt. You was perfectly fine. When Scully baby mama came at you, you was laid up in the hospital. Kane came at you, you just dusted your shoulders off because you hit the concrete. You were she was perfectly fine. There was no need for retaliation just because you were shot at. You weren't shot. You were shot at. So Kane Kane is at war with you, because this ain't the war between you, Jerome, and Franklin. The war between Louis, Jerome, and Kane is because of Louis' actions, period. Like, literally. But she can't take responsibility for that. Kane is literally only at war with you and Jerome because you had a cop try and kill him and he was laid up in the hospital. Like, girl, are you crazy? This made me so mad. I just can't, y'all, who writing this ish? But anyway. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Franklin, because I went off on a tangent about Louis and Kay, but Franklin's in the car, pretty much tussling and wrestling with what's going on. And even though Franklin is the one that told Kane that it was Louis that had him shot, even though it was Franklin that told Kane how to get at her at the horse stables, I feel like with the real situation now hitting the fan of she about to be assaulted by multiple niggas, I feel like if Kane was gonna just kill her, maybe Franklin would have just kept going. But, or maybe not. Maybe this ish is just way too real and definite now. He having second thoughts. So I think it's the assault from all the niggas that made him have second thoughts. But hey, maybe he wasn't ready for it to really for real come to a head and for her to die. But he ends up calling Leon to get in touch with Jerome. Now, I was thinking something was going to happen to Jerome when he decides to go do the drop for Louis. Talking about she need to get her mind right, which ain't make no damn sense. You the one came home so drunk you crashed the car. You been flailing and being crazy for a few days, but Louis need to go get her mind right, so you gonna do the drop, but whatever. But I thought that's what was going to get him killed, going to do the drop. But no, he goes to do the drop with Scully, and he finally responds to Leon's page, who is telling him about Louis. And see, this is what pissed me off. Jerome been pissing me off too. It ain't just been Louis. I don't like how they been writing Jerome's character either. It don't, for me, it don't feel true to the Rome that we know. But anyway, so Leon gives him the information, the address, which is actually fake information, and it leads him to a little spot where he meets up with Franklin and Leon. Now, Scully ends up riding too, which I was surprised by, even though he has, had like this good relationship with, not Leon. He ain't got no good relationship with Leon, child. He has had this good relationship with Louis and Jerome. And I remember, when did Louis that tossed out his little trinket he gave them for like protection or something, child? But anyway, baby, when I tell you, your wife is being held, and the first thing he do is bitch nigga when he get out of, and I'm just sitting here like, he gonna put a gun to Franklin. Nigga, you wanna go save your wife or you wanna shoot Franklin? What you wanna do? That was pissing me off. Like, you and Louis is on my nerves, and y'all are not moving smart. Y'all not smart like I thought y'all were. Because the second you jump out the car, all I care about, baby, where Louis? Where Louis? That should be your only main focus. Because if it wasn't for Franklin, you wouldn't even know where she was. She was snatched up, and you wouldn't know nothing about nothing. She would have been in there getting, while you doing the deal with Scully, you would have been none the wiser. So why you jumping out the car mad at the dude that's trying to help you? Like, that irked my nerves so bad. But anyway, we got Scully here, and we got Leon here. Now, I was like, is something about to go down? But it didn't, because don't forget, Leon killed Scully's daughter. But then again, Scully has made peace with Jerome them, and Jerome Jerome killed Scully's baby mama. So he cool with them. But, that's his child. I don't know if you gonna ever get over the grudge of your child. So, I don't know. But anyway, so we end up going to pull off the, Louis rescue. And when I tell y'all, the dudes is at Kane's spot. And he out there talking about, you out here reading a book, it's a girl in there, et cetera, et cetera. And the guy talking about, well, who want to run the train on the girl who crying? And the other guy gonna talk about, I do. And every nigga hit. And I'm like, if y'all don't hurry up and kill everybody in here, kill all all these rapist ass niggas. Kill them all. Oh, that made my skin crawl when he said that. I was like, child, please hurry up and kill every motherfucker in here. So they had a pimp named Slickback coming up in there to break Louis to get the information on Buckley. And y'all, the whole time I was watching, I was like, Lord, please don't let this girl get assaulted. Please, Lord Jesus. As much as I can't stand Louis, and as much as she need to get her comeuppance, because even in this situation, still ain't take responsibility. But I'm like, Lord, please don't let that happen to this girl. Please, y'all rescue her before the ish happened. But no, they didn't rescue her before the ish happened. Franklin come in, you could hear her in there screaming. I was so, like, I don't like stuff like this. I did not like this at all. It bothered my spirit. But anyway, so fast forward, we end up coming in, and pimp named Slickback is in front of the door. Kane is holding Louis with a gun to her head. And Louis yells, you know, she hears Jerome yelling her name, and she yells that she's in here, and she tells him to aim at the door. And he ends up shooting a pimp named Slickback through the door. He dies. Good riddance. So this is what I didn't understand. Kane got Louis in front of him like, you know, like a little shield, you know, because Jerome pointing a gun at him. So if you try to shoot me, you gonna hit your woman. And I got a gun to her head. So he tries to tell Jerome to put the gun down. He doesn't, even though Kane got a gun to the girl head that you're trying to rescue. But anyway, Kane starts talking about how, you know, we OGs, we know how this works. Niggas done died, you know, and Jerome got, you know, the watery, teary eyes. Y'all know Jerome already been off the deep end, feeling guilt. He been wanted out of the game. Remember, Jerome been wanted out of the game. Before this episode talk about Jamaica, he been wanted out of the game. And he said he stayed in it for Louis, but he teary-eyed, he guilt-ridden. Now, this is what I didn't understand. They end up shooting it out. Before we start shooting, Kane pushes Louis to the side and starts shooting at Jerome. They just start shooting at each other. And I'm sitting here like, why would I push her aside? Why I ain't keep this girl here so she can get shot right along with us? I did not understand that. Y'all, am I missing something? I did not understand why in the world would I, as Kane, push Louis aside. First of all, you need to block these bullets from hitting me. But also, mainly, you are the one that sent. It wasn't Jerome that sent the word to have me shot, you know, as Kane. It was Louis. Why did I push her aside? It just really did not make any sense at all that Kane would push her aside. She need to get shot too. So they pretty much stand in front of each other just shooting. And Jerome is out for the count. The homie Jerome, pour one out, y'all. Pour one out. We all saw the writing on the wall. We knew it was coming, but it was still tragic. Y'all, the way they shot this ish, the way Franklin was like, Unc. The way Scully was looking, the way Leon took his little hoodie off and dropped to the ground, the way they had the music playing, but you know, like the music was in the foreground, but in the background, you could hear Louis say, "No, get up!" Y'all, it was so dramatic. It was so just, got me in the gut. Even though Jerome been on my last nerves and I can't stand that nigga towards the end, he was my fan favorite. Him and Leon. I loved Jerome so much, and I really hate that this is how this has ended for him. Jerome was happy selling his little dime bags. Franklin should have left him alone. But I really don't understand the excess that people want. You know how much money they have amassed? I would have been ran off to Jamaica. Been ran off. They got a lot of motherfreaking money. Y'all, I would have been got out the game. I'm not getting deeper in the game. I'm getting the fuck out of it. But y'all, I'm very annoyed that Louis is alive and Jerome is dead. I would much rather either Jerome and Louis die together when that little shootout happened, or Franklin just ain't say itch and Louis died. You know, without getting assaulted. I ain't like that. Just kill her. But, y'all. So, this is what I want somebody to ask Louis. When Jerome asked her the self-worth thing and how niggas look at her, when he said, is it worth dying for? She said, yeah, I think it is. Now, was it worth Jerome dying for? Was it worth what just happened to you with a pimp named Slipback? Like all this ish that has happened as a result of your self-worth issue, was it worth it? Now was it worth it? Because before you said it was worth it. Now is it worth it? Is it still worth it, girl? Child. So we ain't at war with nobody now, right? Kane dead. Jerome dead. We ain't at war with nobody because Louis should be about to go she need to just get on the plane and go to Jamaica. Like, go live your man dream, last dream he had. Just get, I know she don't still want to be in the game, do she? Like, I know she can. Baby, child, girl, get your money, pack up your horse, and get the heck up out of Dodge. Like, I feel like she must be finna get out unscathed. Like, is she finna just leave? Because, baby, I know we ain't finna be at war with Louis. Not after I just saved you. I don't know what's finna happen, but it's gonna get even uglier than this. Because in the end, everybody gonna have to get their comeuppance. Leon still gotta face his comeuppance for killing that little girl, even though it was an accident, even though he ain't like intentionally kill her. I doubt Scully has forgotten or let that nope. Scully has not let that ish go. He hasn't. Karma ain't forgot you, Leon. You fled to Africa where you were safe. Now you back here in here. You back here in it. So I really feel like this wasn't even ugly. Jerome actually got a pretty decent, he get, like a horrible death. Like, you get burnt alive or tortured. No, he just got shot, bled out for a few minutes and died. Saving his woman. Because it felt very like, how people do like that suicide by cop? All he cared about was getting Louis out. I don't think he really cared in the end about living. So I ain't gonna say this was like tragic, but it hurt as like a character that I have come to know and love and will have liked to sail off to Jamaica. But it's finna get real tragic because I got a feeling Leon, Wanda, Sissy, Pregnant V, everybody associated with Franklin is finna crash and burn, and it's gonna be traumatic. Like, it's going to be some ugly, nasty endings. That's what I foresee. Thank you so much for watching this video, for supporting the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.